Hey everyone, we're back for one of 3 last episodes of Devious Maids. This one's titled, I Saw the Shine. Stay tuned.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Oh no. Oh god.
You gotta like clean, because you saw the shine. You get it? I saw the shine.
I get it.
What's up, Devious Army? We're back for another recap of Devious Maids. This is the 3rd to last episode. I'm getting so sad, but it's getting so good. I'm your host, Francesca. You can find me Twitter, Instagram, XOXOCESCA, and I'm joined by my lovely host, Juliette.
Hello. You can find me. I'm Laila Sadny, and you can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Laila Sadny.
I'm Khaliel Abooboo at Twitter. And I do that every time. Let's take it back.
You're Khaliel
I'm Khaliel Abooboo on Twitter and Instagram at Khaliel Abooboo.
Woo! And Candace is in New York, but she'll be back here with us next week, and we might have a guest next week, so stay tuned just in case.
Stay tuned.
Be ready. Yeah, I don't know if a lot of you guys know that song, because that was from when I was like little.
I know that song.
Oh, I know. Okay, good. Khaliel doesn't know it, so Khalil's making me feel old. Does he make you feel old?
Yeah, everyone
We're
makes
the
me feel
same
old.
age.
No, we're not. Are we? Okay, we'll talk about that later. Anyways, this episode we got Danny's back, Peter's back.
Danny!
Everyone's pretty much.
Everyone's back.
Everyone's pretty much back.
Wait, who else left? I mean, Peter, he was just out of town, though.
Well, yeah, Peter was out of town. Danny was out of town.
No, Danny was out.
She was out with a bunch of different
Dudes.
guys.
Oh,
Yeah, like,
Danny's
we'll
a
get into
fast
later.
one.
Yeah, we'll get
And
into that later.
she was spit
Yeah.
fire
What is
today.
she? What was her line? The loud
Puerto
and
Rican.
Well, yeah, she said no. Oh yeah, I was loud and something like
Oh,
me.
loud and
And then he
fight-
said something about
feisty?
Carmen, and he was like, "Do we have to talk about that bitch?"
whoa,
was like,
on fire,
whoa.
spicy
she was pulling out her like
Latina card.
yeah, exactly. A little
Alright.
feistiness.
Very feisty. Let's start off the episode. We see first Evelyn and Adrian. They're dividing the house.
With literally a line of tape.
Carmen's with, technically under Adrian, right? And then he realizes that she's the one who got Evelyn in the house. And so he fires her, and she says, okay. She stays with Evelyn.
But Carmen and Adrian always have that awesome like love
Quarrel,
barrel fight like little friend fight thing, like, oh, I'm gonna one up you kind of thing. They always have that, and I love that about the two of them.
Yeah.
So and that Evelyn hires her, and then he's
Yep.
like, I hired someone too.
Ooh,
Danny.
burn. It's like they can always, that's just
It's a
like
chess
how they
move.
live. Exactly.
It's just like as soon as we all knew it was gonna be Danny, but like as soon as he did it, it's like, yep, I won again. And what?
It's like, what are you gonna do now?
I know, right? I feel like he should take a picture like
Right.
that with just like,
And what?
and what?
Oh,
Adrian won.
love Adrian.
I love Adrian. So, yeah, they're kind of fighting over their maids. I love that they're always something about, you take the West Wing, you take the East Wing. Like, how big is that?
It's
Right.
big. I
Like,
mean,
what if I tried to split my apartment? Wouldn't turn out
Yeah,
good.
no, you'd be like, crap, I gotta go to the
it's
bathroom and I
like
can't
two
make it.
separate house, like huge mansions.
Right?
It's
Right.
like separate, yeah.
Oh, the life
But
of
only
Beverly
one
Hills.
bar though.
I know.
That's suspect.
And like poor Adrian's little like makesift bar. It's like a little like
Suspect.
pop-up table
It's a
with some
folding
plastic
ta-
cups.
It's a card table
Like they have more money than
with
that.
like
they,
airplane shots on it.
The little
cold.
bottles that you get from the
cold.
airplanes.
I love that she took that side of the house too, where his bar is, because there's so many scenes we see him at that bar, near the bar. I mean, he loves that little spot.
The bar is, yeah,
She
exactly.
did that on purpose.
Of course she did.
Of course. And later we see her talking with Carmen, who's, sad for something we'll talk about later. And she says, Adrian was my first love, and I really
Not
loved
Adrian.
him.
Yeah.
Evelyn, we're talking
Yeah.
about Evelyn.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. Okay.
We're skipping the Carmen
My
part
bad.
for a second. But, she's saying that was her first love, and she really loved him. And when, the house, blew up, she was so, distraught. but then you can find love again. Do you guys think she's?
I don't know.
I wasn't expecting that. Like, that was a twist.
Yeah.
Adrian did his spiel last week about how he still loves her, and if maybe he would have forgave her earlier
Right, with
because of the
Zoila.
kid. Then exactly.
Yeah.
So like now we got her side, but it went in a different direction where she's like, "Yo, I'm over it. Like, F this dude. Like, I'm done."
I don't know.
whoa.
I like that little moment with Evelyn.
I
Like
liked
she was
it.
like letting.
Yes, she
But
was vulnerable.
It was sad at the same time because I still want them to work it out and make it happen. And her was like, her being vulnerable was like, oh, I'm so done.
Yeah, I was thinking
Which
that she was
sucked.
gonna like. I was thinking the same thing. I was thinking she was gonna like. She was talking about him being her first love and how when she thought he was dead that she was gonna be devastated, but she realized like, oh no, you can find love again. I was like,
Yeah.
whoa, like
Yeah.
I was thinking like, oh maybe they're gonna like get back together.
Exactly. That's what I was hoping like that she would say too, and that she was going to confess to Carmen that they were
Yeah.
like playing a game.
I still think they will.
I think so too because they just go together.
They're too good together.
And we see
Oh, for
Adrian
sure.
going.
Nobody's gonna put up with her.
Well, so far the Reverend is.
Yeah,
but we
but
see
we're gonna find
there's
something out.
There is something up his sleeve. There has to be something up his sleeve.
We're
I
gonna find
still don't
something out
think
about
it's
him.
that bad. I think it's gonna be like something like, oh, well, if you weren't a reverend, nobody would look twice. I think it's gonna be something like that.
But like what?
No.
I don't know, but just something where like
Maybe
if-
he like attaches himself to really wealthy people to like get money
Get
from
them
them.
monies.
Yeah, and act like it's for like church reasons.
Right. I'm gonna go build a church over here in this.
I mean, the
like a
building
scammer,
fund is, I don't want to say scam, but it's pretty popular, and a lot of churches don't even have a new doorknob.
Wait, what?
The building fund. You never heard of the building fund?
No.
At your church?
No.
Oh, well, we had that growing up.
And you never got a
Never,
building?
never got nothing. Not curtains, not a doorknob, not even new fans for when it got hot. Nothing.
Wow. Okay.
Well, let's.
That building
They were
fund's
probably
still
feeding
going.
the poor and
Sure.
doing all those other
Uh-huh.
very.
Yeah. No, I know.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
Yeah.
I don't know. There has to be something with James, the Reverend. There has to be something, and it's gonna devastate Evelyn, and they have to get back together.
Yeah, I think that's what's gonna happen. I mean, I think like we see the little like clips and stuff that Adrian's talking to a private investigator to look into him, and I love that line in that scene. Like he's a man of God. There's got to be something. Like, there's got to be something he's hiding.
They have
But-
the best lines to the show.
They do.
Easily.
Always.
Both of them.
Should we say our favorite lines this episode again?
Okay.
Did anyone have favorite ones?
Not off the top of my head, but thank you for putting me on the spot. I will
Okay,
come
well,
up
I'll say
with one.
mine. When Genevieve says that she's so skinny, no, she's invisible.
Oh no, there was one where we all laughed at the same point.
What was it?
I don't remember.
Okay, well, when you think of them, just
of it.
shout them out.
I did like that line with Adrian. Like, oh, he's a man of God. He's got to be hiding
Right,
something.
yeah.
That was funny.
Oh, so now it's just down to me.
Yep.
Okay, let's
It's
move on.
all pressure on Khaliel.
You can have the Danny line. Do we have to talk about that bitch? No.
Yeah. Even though that was like cold, not funny, but yeah.
I think we left at the line that she said before that about her being hot and something else. Like, or I forget what it
we can't
loud
remember.
and
Loud and
something.
Yeah, it was definitely loud.
loud.
I remember that part.
Well, let's talk about Danny then. So she's been gone. She's been in Puerto Rico, and we saw last episode that the barista, what was his name?
Carmen's ex-lover.
Yeah.
Carmen's lover told Daniela about Lucas. So she rubs it in Carmen's face and says, "I found my dad and he's dead." And so
Yeah.
this brought up all these emotions
Childish.
for Carmen.
Well, yeah, because she wanted to hurt her. She's like, that's her first love, and it made her feel guilty that she never told him about Danny when she was pregnant, and all, we find out all that backstory. But he actually is alive.
Right. And so she calls him and says, "You know what? Carmen doesn't want to see you. Don't come." After she got the ring. So do you think that she's just like being
a bitch.
well, obvious
She wants
that's-
to hurt Carmen.
Yeah, it's obvious she's being a biznatch, and it's obvious she wants to hurt him, but like, does she really care about her father, or she's like, oh, he like, I'm material. She's being material. Like, oh,
I
then
don't
he's
think
gonna
she
take
cares
this
about
ring.
that ring, though.
I don't think she cares really
She didn't
about.
even know that ring.
I don't think she really
existed.
cares about her father, because I don't think she would like keep him away if she really truly cared about him. I think unless she just really wants to hurt Carmen, obviously, but I don't think she really knows him well enough to care about him yet.
Right. Well, she did want to look for him.
Of course, she wants to know who her real dad is.
Right.
That makes sense, but
So that's what's like weird. Is she just saying that's him so he doesn't come for Carmen? She could keep him to herself. Do you think?
no,
What
I
do you
think
point at?
I think she saw how much Carmen really cared about him, and then when she saw that, she's like, okay,
Now
I'm gonna keep her hurting.
She's probably learning all her moves from Adrian, right?
He's a good mentor.
School
But
of Hard
Adrian's
Knocks.
always like,
How to Get What You Want in Life and Win by
right?
Adrian Powell.
yeah, he doesn't like,
New bestseller.
I would buy it.
Adrian doesn't like, like maliciously go after people just because they hurt him or he doesn't like him. Like, it's always because he wants something from them.
Yeah, but it is still malicious.
He doesn't care who he hurts if he wants something. I guess that's
Yeah, but like she just wants revenge. But like Adrian is like, I really need you to, I really want my wife back, or like whatever.
What, to Danny?
No,
no, it's
whenever
a-
he does devious
His crazy thing, his
activities.
devious things. Yeah.
yeah.
No, go ahead.
No, I was just saying it's a different topic, but I wanted to talk about Rosie.
Let's do it. Rosie, yes, Detective Rosie. And Mr. Spence.
She's getting close.
She's super close.
Getting close to my prediction.
She's getting close, and
I know this side of the table over here has been pretty spot on.
she's getting close. And you know, we will. Well, should we talk about?
Let's talk about
let's
whatever.
go right into it.
Okay, so you know, Rosie knows that Tucker isn't
The father.
Spence's son. Yes, and
You are
she
not the father.
she wants to tell him like very badly, but like at the girls' lunch, they were saying like it's gonna break his heart, and he is in prison, like that. He's holding on to that.
That's
Right.
true.
He's at
So-
the lowest of lows right now.
So it's crazy that when she goes into check in, she sees the book, The Circle, in the guard's bag. But if we remember a couple episodes back, he was the one with talking with Ben.
right, and he he called him Ben on the cell phone. So we've always
Yeah.
known he's been kind of like in cahoots.
Exactly. They have people everywhere.
Yeah. At least if like he gets out of jail and he finds out Tucker's not his real son, he can be like, well, at least I'm not in jail,
Well,
Well, yeah.
I mean, still
right?
gotta raise him. I mean, you know. So,
Like, what if you told him when he was in jail? It'd be like, man.
yeah, I don't know. But so
But
anyway,
at least I'm not in jail.
That is very true. At least he's not in jail.
Come on.
so Rosie wants to tell him something in private, and the guard's always around. So
Right.
she's like, "Oh, we can," you know. When Spencer's like, "Oh, you want to have a conjugal visit?" It's so
Hey.
funny she didn't know what it was.
Right? And I can't spell it, so I'm on the same level as Rosie.
I can't
so.
spell it. Yeah, I for sure can't spell it.
I'm like,
tough one.
Layla, writing it down. How do you spell conjugal?
I don't know how to spell that.
But it's funny because, you know, Rosie knows all this stuff that's going on, and Spence still doesn't really know. So the whole time he's thinking like this one thing, and she's really thinking this other thing, and so they
He thinks she just wants to have
sex.
sex.
Yeah,
I know he just wants to have sex.
I know he's been in prison
he's
for
in jail.
this
This is
whole
true.
season.
Exactly.
It makes sense.
It does make sense.
It feels like he's been in jail for like 30 years.
I know.
I don't
Since
know why.
Dave,
It just feels so long.
since the first or second episode, he's literally been in jail.
But so Rosie starts putting two and two together. Like, well, maybe like whoever got Perry pregnant is the one that killed her, and yeah, she's getting really close.
She's really close, and then so they marry again, officially again, so they can have this conjugal visit. And she's about to tell him, and then he says, like, if I didn't have you to think of, and if I didn't have Tucker, shoot,
And
I'm sorry.
Miguel.
Yeah, to think of the kids, and then I would, you know, I wouldn't make it. And so then she's
Yeah,
like, how can I
there's no
break his
way,
heart? Just
yeah.
like all the girls were saying.
Yeah, there's no way she can tell him now.
But then Rosie gets brave because she goes to Shannon and she says, I know about the circle.
But she
Yeah, I
caught
thought that
Shannon.
was stupid.
She caught Shannon at a good, like a low,
Yeah,
a
she
low
did.
moment.
when she's gonna open up. I
Yeah.
mean, she's drunk. She's like devastated. Like she feels screwed over. She's like, screw the circle.
Right.
So
Screw the circle.
And she knows there's something fishy about Ben.
Yeah, I think she knows there's something. She knows there's something fishy now, and she's starting to think more. And like, you maybe see a side of her that we didn't see before. Like maybe
Right.
she actually does care a little bit about.
Right, a little bit. And we find out this whole reason she's even in the circle is because she wants to be famous, and she wants to be more famous than Perry was. and she thinks Perry is the reason why she got famous. And Kyle tells her later,
The circles were, yeah.
yeah, no, the circle's not. Perry made herself famous, so she just feels kind of betrayed because she's been doing this. But the one thing I thought was interesting was when she was talking with Francis says, "Don't worry, I'm gonna make you more famous than Perry." That sounds like she's gonna pin something on Shannon, so she's gonna be infamous.
Look at you.
Do y'all feel the same way?
Yeah, that's a good point.
I didn't even pick up on that.
No.
So.
That's a good point.
Because look, so Ben's dead, right? So maybe she can pin Ben on her. I don't know. I mean, we see she asked Kyle to
I
get
think
rid of the
she's
body.
going to try to pin Perry on her.
Pin.
Like, jealous sister, always was jealous.
Oh, yeah, it's pin Perry.
Yeah.
I mean, Shannon, that she killed Perry. Exactly. She's up to something, I think, and she's...
I mean, if you think about it from, like, if you were an investigator or a police officer, like, okay, so she gets the house, the money, she gets everything. Like, she should be a suspect.
Right. Like, jealous sister. Like, yeah, exactly.
I can't believe they haven't even, like, looked into her, but...
I know. And
Anyways.
speaking of looking into things, when the firefighters come after Zoila lights the curtains on fire, which we'll talk about why she did that in a minute, they're like adamant about the firefighters not going into the attic.
And Zoila was standing there and she saw it and she's like, this is weird, something's going on. So she she could help Rosie get to whatever the evidence is that she needs, that tape of Perry. But the thing that kind of like messes it up is her boss comes home.
Oh, yes.
So that's going to screw the whole thing up.
I saw
Fiona.
that coming.
Yes, we were wondering when she was going to come in.
Perfect
I mean,
timing.
we said it'd be like at the end of the season.
Yes.
Right when,
She'll
like, the worst time for her to come home.
Exactly, because, well, we see in the preview for the next episode, she's dressed up as a maid. So now I
Right.
think she's going to kind of play that
Well, 'cause
so Kyle doesn't catch on, right?
Well, she's going to have to. So what I'm thinking is, like, she is obviously having to be a maid now. She has to wear the maid outfit. And Kyle catches her. He's like, why are you in a maid's outfit? And she's like, I just want to, yeah.
Yeah, totally.
I
Spice
think
it
it
up.
might be. Do you think it might be tough for her to like go from the elite and esteemed to a maid?
Back to
Yeah.
what she really was. I don't know. I feel like
No.
yeah. I feel like Zoila's very like she didn't let it get to her. She
Yeah.
didn't become over.
I
It's
mean,
like she took a
cleaning is
vacation. Yeah.
fine. Like everybody cleans, it's fine.
I cleaned
But-
today.
Yeah, exactly. Everybody does it, but like, I mean, wearing the uniform and like.
Well, they never
like,
really
being
wore.
Well, she didn't because she was with Genevieve.
I think the only people that really wear the maid
No, they all
are
do.
Carmen and in the Powell's house. No,
Carmen wears it.
I feel like Rosie was always just in normal clothes and Zoila was in kind of like normal clothes. It was always Carmen in like that kind of like maid outfit.
I don't know.
I don't know. You would know.
I didn't say anything.
Okay. But yeah, so I'm glad Rosie finally kind of opened up a little bit more to Zoila because now Zoila is definitely in a position, hopefully still with Fiona here, to help her out.
Well, it's going to be harder.
Yeah.
But she'll find a way.
Well, I mean, she doesn't need to get. She needs to get into their house, not
We're forgetting-
Fiona's house.
Yeah, we're also forgetting, like, the big, like, news we found out is that when she goes in, Rosie's talking with Shannon, drunk and everything, reveals to her that Perry was raped
Right, yes.
by a movie executive.
And then it automatically pans,
Peter.
like goes to
I know,
Peter.
that next scene, Peter. Oh my god.
Of course, it's Peter.
I mean, that's what you were saying. What you've been saying this, Khaliel.
Thank you. I
And
appreciate
you know,
that.
like we mentioned, like when we had Curtis here, you said something, and Curtis was like, "Whoa, slow down."
He has something to do with the whole thing.
Yeah, he definitely does. But yeah, so she was raped by some big movie executive, and that's how she had the baby. And hopefully, that's in her confession tape, right? Hopefully.
But you know, remember if we go back a couple seasons, like when her and Spence were together and how awful she was, and she was cheating on him with like her co-stars, and so I mean, I don't know.
It was Peter.
Maybe she was raped first, and then she started cheating.
And then she was
damaged.
you know, hiding her feelings by doing. Yeah, that's totally. But my thing then with Peter is, what does he want with Marisol then?
I think he really likes Marisol,
Okay.
and
He was going to propose to her.
Oh, that's right. So okay,
unless he has ulterior motives, which I could see.
right. But that's why I'm trying to figure out what could it be if he's gonna do something.
Well, she controls all the maids. So maybe it has something to do
So
with...
that means she knows where all the bodies are buried.
Huh?
You control the maids. You control the dirt.
Oh, I see the
what
pun.
See what I did there?
I see.
I see the pun. So let's talk about. So Marisol had that argument with Peter, and then Daniela left Jesse, high and dry. So while they're gone, last episode we see they hooked up, and then this episode again, Jesse relentlessly gets Marisol.
You were getting all hot and bothered
I was
over
like,
there.
excuse me. So they hook up again, but they're like, Jesse really wants this, and Marisol's just kind of like, no.
Yeah.
She wants.
So we were talking about
She wants it.
how the exes always come back once you've
always
moved
come
on.
back.
Like it's so cliche but so true.
All
What
the
is
time.
it? What is it with that?
It's like you have to literally, if you break up, you have to literally spend a lot of time apart, no communication, no nothing. Because if you're still like intermingling circles or still talking, those feelings are still going to be there, and you're never going to want to see them happy with someone else if you still genuinely deep down inside like them.
That's true. But I still think that even if you do cut off all ties of communication, that somehow they come back. Like they have some weird sort of sixth sense radar,
They do.
and they know when you're happy.
It's true. It's like suddenly you wake up in the
Or they'll,
morning
go on
and you
your
have a
Instagram
text.
picture of you and your new boyfriend and like it. Like, what is that?
Or like a picture 10 million weeks back, right? And you're like, great.
Yeah.
I feel like Marisol is ignoring a clearly functioning relationship just because she thinks she's supposed to be with Peter.
Oh, you think she should be with Jesse?
Yes, it clearly works.
Yeah,
have
they
more
vibe
chemistry.
exactly. They vibe together so well.
Besides him being a killer, she's forcing the relationship with Peter. A killer and a rapist. Sorry, I left
You
that part
think
out.
Jesse?
No,
No.
Peter.
Oh, we're
Peter.
talking about Peter. I was like,
Peter.
no,
No,
don't,
that was last season.
you're right. We can't pin this on him again.
Besides him, she's forcing it. I'm supposed to be with this guy. We're around the same age. He's a professional. He's
Yeah.
Right.
he's set in his career. He's figured it out. All of that. Instead of going with the guy who
Her
you work
feelings
with.
and
exactly. Everything works here, but it doesn't fit into your mental box.
I think women get themselves into that situation a lot.
I think so, especially if you're concerned about what others are thinking or where you should be.
Yeah.
I think her age, for Carmen, age is a huge thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I think maybe for Marisol, age is something too, because even she said to Jesse, Danny's younger, and he's like, so?
Exactly.
Yeah, but Marisol's
Makes you
more
think I'm talking
accepted
about
of her being of her age.
Right.
She's more comfortable, different than Carmen.
So then what do you think it is?
What?
What's her deal? Why do you think she's not letting herself, why is she caught up wanting
She's
to be
being
with
stupid.
Well, no, I think part of it is if in Marisol's defense, that Jesse lied to her, said he was
yeah.
leaving town,
We forgot
broke
about
up
that.
with her.
I forgot about that.
I'm
Water
sorry.
under the bridge.
It's so easy
okay?
to forgive
Can
with
we
abs
move
like
on?
that,
Sure.
I mean,
she
it
said.
helps, but
I mean, that's what he essentially was using that over her to get,
yeah.
And so, anyways, she's kind of thinking Peter. Well, Jesse tells her Peter's probably gonna want to break up with you. You guys left like that, blah blah blah. Instead, Peter's over here, like we said, with the ring. He's like,
Let's take her to Hawaii.
yeah, I'm gonna cancel everything and escape to Hawaii. And she's like, crap.
I love how it's all everyone's circles are so intertwined that the circle, haha, so intertwined that
Another pun.
Killing it tonight.
that came out because Zoila and Genevieve are friends again, and Genevieve was telling her about the trainer and the ex, and
yes.
she said, Jesse's Marisol's ex, and I mean he could have had another ex though. Come on.
Exactly. But Genevieve's going to use anything she can
course.
get her hands on because she still wants Peter. But you know what? If Peter's part of the circle, why has Genevieve never,
But we never said Peter was part of the circle.
True.
True. He doesn't have to be in the circle to technically rape her if he is the
And
one.
kill her.
And kill her. Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know if the circle necessarily has something to do with Perry's
That's
murder.
true. That could be true.
I think it does.
The only reason I'm hesitant is because it looks too clear. Like
obvious?
It looks too obvious that it would be that way. That's the only reason I'm hesitant. Everything's pointing that way, but it's like,
It's true.
I don't know. But yeah, Genevieve. But she tells Peter. Okay, we see Peter does have like an angry side, like an aggressive side, because he sends
knocked over the stuff on his desk.
he sends his assistant to go spy on Marisol. Like, okay,
yes,
psycho.
that's questionable.
And then when he finds out, I understand you think your significant other is like stealing someone, like you'd be mad.
Yeah, I don't think it's that crazy, but I'll give you that. Like him like knocking the stuff over his desk, though, that's not bad.
That's just someone who gets angry. Like I don't know, gets their heart broken.
He has an anger problem.
I forget. You never got angry and like kick something and it hurt your foot, and like
or hit like some wall or
maybe
you never been stuck in traffic and just yelled.
Yes,
exactly. That's what that is.
I mean, we do live in LA.
Yeah, so
I don't know. We'll see.
God, I mean, Marisol got caught and blamed for seeing her ex, and she really just told him to leave. She should have at least like had some fun.
Not trying to say he's not a rapist.
I mean, if you're gonna get caught, you might as well do the deed, right? Again for the third time.
Yeah,
that's true too.
Yeah.
I'm all about shenanigans.
Shenanigans. So let's get to why Zoila lit Frances's curtains on fire. So she's done, like, she's over Kyle.
No, it was funny. She was trying to break up with him.
I'm over Kyle.
And yeah, she's trying to break up with him. And like, he was just like, oh no, you're saying we need more romance? I'm going to step it up and have bubble baths for you and all this stuff. And she's like, romantic. Oh God, it's like the worst when you want to break up with someone, they just won't let you break up with them.
Look at this. First, we're trying to be with somebody and the ex comes in the picture. Now we're trying to break up with somebody and they won't let it happen.
It's real life.
What?
Real life is messy. What? That's true. That's why you need maids to clean it.
Yeah, so she wants to...
I made a pun. Woo! We all make puns.
3 for 3. She's trying to send him back to his mama.
Right. And she realizes they have to form an alliance in a way, so he, because they both have the same goal in common.
Yeah.
She wants to get rid of Kyle, and Frances wants him back.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me, pardon me.
Yes.
So yeah, I was wondering why they put emphasis on all those candles in her house, and it was because she used them to get Kyle to be worried about the mom, and then Kyle comes running and she convinces him to move back in, like, oh no, don't worry, this might spark our romance. But I thought she was gonna like try and break it off right then and there. So I don't think it's letting off easy yet. Obviously,
I feel bad for Kyle because he really does want away from the circle.
Right.
He wants like to have a life with someone like not part of it. So I feel like he's just brainwashed and stuck. And he's like, I would need to get away from my crazy mother in this cult.
Right.
Kind of feel bad for him.
I guess.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily feel that bad for him. The person I really feel bad for is Spence because he just can't.
Well, yeah, Spence is at the bottom of the barrel.
Well, no, it just seems like it never works out for him.
Ever.
Like
he's that character, though.
Next season, I need him to like hit the lottery. I need his movie to like sell
he needs to be like A-list
everywhere.
actor.
Like, I really need him to. I need him to have his own son.
Right? Oh my God, he already has one that's not his, another one that's not his.
Him and Rosie need to have one.
Yeah, they do.
Like, I just need everything to work out for him next season.
I agree.
Everything.
Poor Mr. Spence.
He'll be all right.
I hope he will.
Sorry.
I know he will.
Back
the
to-
truth is gonna come
Back to the mama's boy.
out. I think we pretty much covered everything.
Okay.
What do you guys think?
I think we got everything.
I think we got everything. I think we should get into
Prediction.
prediction.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV.
The aliens.
Oh my God, stop. Don't spill my story, someone will steal it.
Okay, that has nothing to do with Devious Maids, but okay, so do we think Petre is the baby daddy?
Who?
Peter.
The baby daddy of Tucker.
I feel like that's too
For sure.
obvious. I feel like that's too obvious. I don't think he is.
No.
I would say yes. I say yeah, he is.
The
2 episodes left. Yes.
I know. We're getting down to the nitty gritty.
Yeah.
And I think they can't keep spinning us too far
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, they did pan to him right after, or like, you know, cut to him right after. So that could be a trickery as well. But who else is a
big movie executive?
Really, that we saw? I mean, we did see those guys when she went to the gala or whatever.
No,
but
so
it's not going to be.
If you guys are saying that you don't think the circle has any tie into Perry's murder, then the whole rape and a movie executive could have nothing to do with the murder. Like, it could have nothing to do with it.
No, I think it all ties. I think it all ties in.
The only thing that like is really unanswered for me is why did they help Perry with her rape? Why did the circle help Perry with their rape? And then, like, would that mean that
they protected her?
Peter is also a part of the circle because you got two circle people going at it, and we need to like help them
cover it up.
You know what I'm saying? Like cover this up. So that's the only part and that's why I said I'm not sure if the circle has something to do. I feel like Peter. Okay, let me do the police scan right here. I feel like Peter has something to do with Perry's murder. The circle helped cover up Perry's being raped, but maybe they also have something to do with. Listen, stick with it. Maybe they also have something to do with Peter. Because first off, why would you name them Peter and Perry? That's just a tongue twister waiting to happen. All right. It's because it's hard because like I'll be switching when I'm switching and it is Peter and Perry and they're like too close. Anyway, yeah. That I think so that's why I'm like maybe he is connected with the circle and they're just trying to make it so everybody's happy and we don't have to have this big scandal blow up and the tabloids and the news and whatnot. But then why would he kill her? And if he did, then does that mean like in 1 degree of separation the circle has something to do with Perry?
Yeah, it obviously has something to do with Perry.
If I had like a wall and strings, this would make so much sense. You should have played some detective music while I was explaining that. That would have been great.
Inspector Gadget. Yeah. I'm still trying to like
wrap my head around that.
It's okay.
Yes. I know you look at me like.
I don't know. What do you think Peter's gonna do though now that he believes
he's gonna go after Jesse?
No.
I don't think he's gonna kill Jesse.
That's a good.
I think they're gonna have a little.
That's a good. It's a good. I like it. Makes sense.
Yep.
Yeah, because I can't picture Marisol getting married right now, and especially if Peter is involved with all this mess.
What's interesting is that Rosie and Jesse are close because they kind of work in the same house, and that Rosie just found that information out from what's her name, Shannon. So I think
what information
about Peter, and then Jesse wants Marisol back. Marisol's with Peter, so that could kind of lead to maybe Marisol finding something out, or I don't know.
Yeah,
that's what my prediction.
Because she was on the phone with Zoila, and they're like, "Who could it be?" So yeah, if they make that connection, definitely they're gonna go in and save their friend for sure. Yeah. What was my other question?
Danny.
Yeah, what do you think what's up her sleeve?
I don't know. That doesn't make any sense to me.
She's just angry. I can understand you can be angry, and I don't even think Carmen really made it like she said I was selfish and I gave you up. I gave the love of my life up. Those aren't like comforting words. I understand that's the truth, you know what I mean? Right. So I can understand her being hurt, but I don't really know like how are they going to work together? What's going to happen to make them bring them together?
That one's still not only that, I really don't understand her motivation for like lying to her father. Yeah, that doesn't. I mean, I wanted to hurt my mom. Okay, like that doesn't. It just didn't click for me. Mentally, like I'm not a woman, but even still.
You're not?
No.
I thought this was a panel full of ladies.
This whole time.
I'm just kidding.
I've been.
I'm just kidding. And then it keeps slipping my mind every time I want to say it. Oh, Fiona. So, you know, Kyle saw the mail. Who's this Fiona? Blah, blah,
she has
blah.
a whole drawer full of her mail, by the way.
So, what do you think is going to go down when he realizes she's lying?
I don't know.
I mean, does he have any room to talk?
I mean...
Not really.
Nothing.
He lives off his mother.
Nothing's going to happen. I mean, he could tell Fiona. Someone could tell her.
I wonder what the repercussions are going to be.
She'll get fired.
Yeah. It's cool. Whatevs.
It's worth it. She was living the life for a
Exactly.
She's gonna get fired. That's
Live it up, honey.
True that.
Somebody paid you to sit in their house. They didn't even know you.
I know, right?
And they weren't there.
What if she came home and it wasn't even Zoila, it was someone random? She just like would be okay
Right.
with it.
How would you know?
Oh, you must be the maid.
Right.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
you guys let us know on Twitter or YouTube. Let us know what you guys think because we literally have 2 more episodes left. It's kind of crazy. Okay, Khaliel, where can we find you?
I'm on Twitter and I'm on Instagram at Khaliel Abooboo.
And you can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Laila Sadny.
And you can find me again on Twitter and Instagram, XOXOCESCA. And hopefully we'll have a surprise guest for you next week. We'll see you then. Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.